Ladies and gentlemen, success is not an accident. Success is a choice. And today we're going to talk about one of the most fundamental principles that will determine your success in life, your value. Now when I say value, I'm not talking about your net worth or the balance in your bank account. I'm talking about something far more important, something that's at the very core of who you are and what you bring to this world. You see, in this journey of life, we're all given 24 hours in a day. The same 24 hours, whether you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company or just starting out in your career. Time is the great equalizer. But what separates the successful from the unsuccessful isn't time. It's what you do with that time. It's the value you create within those hours. Let me ask you a question. If someone were to follow you around for a week, observing everything you do, what would they conclude about your value? Would they see someone constantly learning, growing, and contributing? Or would they see someone just drifting through life, killing time until time kills them? You see, your value isn't determined by your job title or your salary. It's determined by your actions, your mindset, and your willingness to grow. It's determined by the problems you solve, the innovations you create, and the lives you touch. Think about it this way. Why does a doctor earn more than a fast food worker? It's not because the doctor is inherently a better person. It's because the doctor has spent years developing skills that are more valuable to society. The doctor has increased their value through education, practice, and dedication. Now, I'm not saying you need to become a doctor to be successful. What I am saying is that you need to constantly be working on increasing your value. And the beautiful thing is, there are countless ways to do this. Maybe for you, increasing your value means learning a new skill. In my day, that might have meant taking a night class at the local community college. Today, with the internet, you have access to more knowledge than all the libraries in the world combined. You can learn anything from coding to cooking, from public speaking to project management, all from the comfort of your own home. Or maybe increasing your value means expanding your network. You've heard me say it before. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So who are you spending time with? Are they pushing you to grow, or are they holding you back? Are they exposing you to new ideas and opportunities, or are they keeping you in your comfort zone? Perhaps increasing your value means developing better habits. Are you waking up early to get a head start on the day, or are you hitting the snooze button 5 times every morning? Are you reading books that expand your mind? Or are you binge watching TV shows that do nothing for your personal growth? Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Jim, this all sounds great, but I'm already working 60 hours a week just to make ends meet. I don't have time to increase my value. And to that, I say, you can't afford not to increase your value. You see, the world is changing faster than ever before. Industries that were thriving just a few years ago are now becoming obsolete. Jobs that were once considered secure are now being replaced by automation. If you're not constantly increasing your value, you're not just standing still, you're falling behind. But here's the good news. Increasing your value doesn't always require more time. It requires more focus, more intention, more clarity about what you want and where you're going. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're in sales. You could go through your day just going through the motions, making your calls, hitting your quota. Or you could approach each call as an opportunity to truly understand your customer's needs, to improve your communication skills, to learn something new about your product or industry. Same amount of time, but vastly different outcomes in terms of the value you're creating. Or let's say you're a parent. You could spend your evenings half watching your kids while scrolling through your phone, or you could be fully present, engaging with them, teaching them, learning from them. Again, same amount of time, but a world of difference in the value you're creating, both for your kids and for yourself. You see, increasing your value isn't about doing more. It's about being more. It's about bringing your full self to everything you do. It's about constantly asking yourself, how can I do this better? How can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow? Now, let's talk about another crucial aspect of value. It's scarcity. In economics, we learn that the rarer something is, the more valuable it becomes. The same principle applies to you and your skills. If you can do something that very few people can do, you immediately become more valuable. If you can solve problems that very few people can solve, you become indispensable. If you can see opportunities that very few people can see, you become a visionary. So I want you to ask yourself, what unique combination of skills, experiences, and perspectives do you bring to the table? What problems can you solve that others can't? What value can you create that others can? And here's the kicker. The answer to these questions isn't static. It's not set in stone. You have the power to shape it, to mold it, to continually refine and improve it. Maybe you're thinking, but Jim, I don't have any unique skills. I'm just average at everything. Well, let me tell you something. Being average at 10 things is actually quite rare. Most people are only average at 1 or 2 things. If you can combine your average skills in unique ways, you can create extraordinary value. For instance, maybe you're an average programmer with an average understanding of biology. But if you can combine those 2 skills, you might be able to create groundbreaking software for genetic research. Maybe you're an average writer with an average understanding of finance. Combine those skills, and you could become a top-notch financial journalist. The key is to never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop looking for ways to combine your skills and experiences in unique and valuable ways. Now let's talk about something that's often overlooked when we discuss values. Character. You see, your skills and knowledge are important, but they're not everything. Your character, your integrity, your work ethic, your attitude, these things are just as crucial to your value. In fact, I'd argue that in many cases, character is even more important than skill. Skills can be taught, but character is built over time through the choices we make every day. Think about it. Who would you rather work with? A highly skilled person who's unreliable and difficult to work with, or someone with average skills who's dependable, positive, and always willing to go the extra mile? I'll take the person with character every time. Your character is what makes people trust you. It's what makes them want to work with you, to do business with you, to follow your lead. It's what turns a one-time transaction into a long-term relationship. And here's the beautiful thing about character. It's entirely within your control. You can choose to be honest even when it's difficult. You can choose to be reliable even when it's inconvenient. You can choose to have a positive attitude even when circumstances are challenging. These choices might seem small in the moment, but over time, they compound. They become habits. They become who you are. And they dramatically increase your value in every area of life. Now, let's talk about another crucial aspect of value. Adaptability. In today's world, change is the only constant. Industries are being disrupted, new technologies are emerging, and the skills that are valuable today might be obsolete tomorrow. So how do you maintain and increase your value in such a rapidly changing world? By becoming a lifelong learner, by developing the ability to adapt, to pivot, to reinvent yourself when necessary. This doesn't mean you need to chase every new trend or technology that comes along, but it does mean you need to stay curious, to keep an open mind, to be willing to step out of your comfort zone and learn new things. Maybe that means taking an online course in a field you're interested in. Maybe it means attending conferences or workshops in your industry. Maybe it means simply setting aside time each week to read books or articles that expand your knowledge and challenge your thinking. The point is, in a world of constant change, your ability to learn and adapt is perhaps your most valuable asset. It's what will allow you to stay relevant, to spot new opportunities, to create value in ways that others can't even imagine. Now, I want to address something that I know is on many of your minds. You might be thinking, Jim, all this talk about increasing my value sounds great, but what if I'm in a job or a situation where my value isn't recognized? What if I'm doing all these things, but I'm not seeing the results? First of all, I want to congratulate you for even asking that question. It shows that you're thinking critically, that you're not just accepting things as they are. That's a valuable trait in itself. But here's what I want you to understand. Your value is not determined by your current job, your current salary, or your current circumstances. Your value is intrinsic. It's within you. And while it might not always be recognized immediately, true value always finds its place in the market eventually. If you're in a situation where your value isn't recognized, you have two choices. You can either find ways to demonstrate your value more effectively in your current situation, or you can find a new situation that better appreciates what you bring to the table. Either way, the key is to not let your current circumstances define you. Keep growing, keep learning, keep increasing your value. Because when you do that, opportunities will come. It's not a matter of if but when. Remember, success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. So focus on becoming more valuable, and success will be attracted to you. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when we discuss value, the importance of specialization. In our quest to increase our value, it's tempting to try to be good at everything. But the truth is, true value often comes from being exceptional at one thing or a unique combination of things. Think about the most successful people you know. Chances are they're not jacks of all trades. They're specialists. They found their niche, their area of expertise, and they become the go-to person in that area. This doesn't mean you should limit yourself or stop learning about other areas, but it does mean that at some point you need to dig deep into something. You need to become the expert, the authority, the person people think of when they have a problem in your area of specialization. Maybe you're thinking, but Jim, what if I choose the wrong specialization? What if I invest all this time and energy into becoming an expert in something only to find out it's not valuable? Well, here's the truth. There's no such thing as wasted knowledge or experience. Even if you end up changing direction later, the skills you develop, the discipline you cultivate, the insights you gain, these will always be valuable no matter what path you ultimately take. Plus, in today's interconnected world, unique combinations of skills and knowledge can often lead to breakthrough innovations. So don't be afraid to combine your area of specialization with other interests or skills you have. That's often where the magic happens. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial to your value, but often overlooked: your ability to communicate that value effectively. You see, it's not enough to be valuable. You need to be able to articulate that value in a way that others can understand and appreciate. This means developing your communication skills. It means learning how to tell your story, how to present your ideas, how to sell yourself and your value proposition. And when I say sell, I don't mean being pushy or manipulative. I mean being able to clearly and confidently express what you bring to the table. I mean being able to show others how your unique combination of skills, experiences, and perspectives can solve their problems or help them achieve their goals. This is a skill that's valuable in every area of life. Whether you're looking for a job, trying to advance in your career, starting a business, or even in your personal relationships, the better you can communicate your value, the more opportunities will open up for you. So how do you develop this skill? Practice. Start small. Maybe it's crafting a compelling elevator pitch about yourself. Maybe it's writing articles or creating videos about your area of expertise. Maybe it's simply working on being a better listener and more engaging conversationalist. Whatever it is, make it a priority, because in many ways, your ability to communicate your value is just as important as the value itself. Now, let's talk about something that might be uncomfortable, but it's crucial to understand if you want to increase your value, the importance of feedback and criticism. You see, we all have blind spots. There are things about ourselves, our work, our behavior that we simply can't see, but others can. And their perspective can be invaluable in helping us grow. But here's the thing. If feedback, especially critical feedback, can be hard to hear, our natural instinct is often to get defensive, to make excuses, to reject anything that doesn't align with our view of ourselves. But if you want to truly increase your value, you need to learn to embrace feedback. You need to seek it out actively. You need to listen to it with an open mind, even when it's uncomfortable. This doesn't mean you have to agree with every piece of feedback you receive, but it does mean you should consider it carefully. Ask yourself, is there truth in this feedback, even if it's not the whole truth? What can I learn from this? How can I use this to become better? Remember, the most valuable people are those who are constantly learning, constantly growing, constantly improving. And one of the fastest ways to improve is to get honest feedback from others. So don't shy away from feedback. Don't surround yourself only with people who tell you what you want to hear. Seek out mentors, colleagues, even competitors who can give you honest, constructive feedback. It might be uncomfortable in the short term, but it will dramatically increase your value in the long term. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when we discuss value: the importance of health and well-being. You see, all the skills and knowledge in the world won't mean much if you don't have the health and energy to put them to use. Your health, physical, mental, and emotional, is the foundation upon which everything else is built. It affects your energy levels, your focus, your creativity, your resilience. In short, it affects your ability to create value in every area of your life. So if you want to increase your value, you need to invest in your health. This means eating well, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep. It means managing stress, nurturing your relationships, taking time for relaxation and renewal. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Jim, I'm too busy working on my career to worry about all that. But let me tell you something. Neglecting your health for the sake of your career is like burning your house to keep warm. It might work in the short term, but eventually you'll have nothing left. Instead, think of investing in your health as investing in your long-term value. It's what will allow you to perform at your best day after day, year after year. It's what will give you the energy and resilience to overcome challenges and seize opportunities. It's what will allow you to enjoy the fruits of your success when they come. So make your health a priority. Schedule time for exercise like you would an important meeting. Prepare healthy meals as if they were crucial projects. Prioritize sleep as if it were the most important task of your day. Remember, your body is the vehicle through which you experience life and create value. Take care of it, and it will take care of you. Now let's talk about something that's crucial to your value but often overlooked: your network. You've heard me say it before, and I'll say it again. Your network is your net worth. The relationships you build, the connections you make, the community you're part of, these can dramatically increase your value in ways you might not even realize. Think about it. Your network is a source of knowledge, of opportunities, of support. It's what can open doors for you, provide you with new perspectives, connect you with the right people at the right time. But here's the key. Building a valuable network isn't about collecting business cards or having thousands of connections on social media. It's about building genuine relationships. It's about adding value to others before you ask for anything in return. So how do you build a valuable network? Start by being genuinely interested in others. Listen more than you speak. Look for ways to help others achieve their goals. Share your knowledge and resources generously. And don't just network with people in your industry or at your level. Diversify your network. Connect with people from different backgrounds, different fields, different levels of experience. You never know where your next big opportunity or breakthrough idea might come from. Remember, in today's interconnected world, your value isn't just about what you know or what you can do. It's also about who you know and who knows you. So invest in your relationships, nurture your network, because a strong network can exponentially increase your value and open up opportunities you never even imagined. Now, as we start to wrap up, I want to talk about something that's absolutely crucial to your value, something that will determine your success more than perhaps anything else we've discussed today, and that is your mindset. You see, your mindset, your beliefs, your attitudes, your outlook on life is the lens through which you see the world. It shapes how you interpret events, how you respond to challenges, how you approach opportunities. In short, it determines how you show up in life. And let me tell you a powerful, positive, growth-oriented mindset is one of the most valuable assets you can develop. Think about it. Two people can face the exact same situation, a setback at work, a financial challenge, a health issue, and respond in completely different ways. One person might see it as a devastating blow, something that derails their plans and crushes their spirit. Another might see it as a learning opportunity, a chance to grow stronger, to develop new skills, to prove their resilience. Same situation, dramatically different outcomes. And the difference? Mindset. Now, I'm not talking about some kind of fluffy, feel-good positive thinking. I'm talking about a deep-seated belief in your ability to learn, to grow, to overcome challenges. I'm talking about a mindset that sees problems as opportunities, failures as lessons, and challenges as chances to prove your mettle. This kind of mindset doesn't just happen. It's something you need to cultivate, to practice, to reinforce every single day. It's about the stories you tell yourself, the questions you ask, the way you interpret events in your life. When you face a setback, do you ask, why does this always happen to me? Or do you ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become stronger, wiser, better? When you're confronted with a challenge, do you think this is too hard? I can't do it. Or do you think this is going to be difficult, but I'm going to figure it out? I am going to grow from this. You see, your mindset isn't just about feeling good. It directly impacts your actions, your decisions, your results. A growth mindset will push you to take on challenges, to persist in the face of setbacks, to see failures as temporary and surmountable. And that, my friends, is incredibly valuable. It's the truth. Life is going to throw challenges your way. That's a given. You can't control that. But what you can control is how you respond to those challenges. And that response, shaped by your mindset, will determine your outcomes. So how do you develop this kind of valuable mindset? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, your self-talk, your automatic reactions to situations. When you catch yourself in a negative or limiting thought pattern, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? Is there another way to look at this? Read books that expand your mind and challenge your thinking. Surround yourself with people who have the kind of mindset you want to develop. Practice gratitude. Focus on what's going right in your life, not just what's going wrong. And perhaps most importantly, take action, because mindset without action is just daydreaming. It's when you combine a powerful mindset with consistent, purposeful action that you truly start to see results. Now let's talk about something that ties everything we've discussed together. You see, increasing your value isn't something that happens to you. It's something you make happen. It's not about waiting for opportunities to come your way. It's about creating opportunities through your actions, your choices, your commitment to growth. In my years of studying success and successful people, I've noticed one common thread. They all take full responsibility for their lives. They don't blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for their failures. They own their mistakes, learn from them, and use them as stepping stones to success. This level of personal responsibility is incredibly valuable. Why? Because it puts you in the driver's seat of your life. It empowers you to make changes, to take risks, to pursue your goals with everything you've got. When you take full responsibility for your life, you stop making excuses and start making progress. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions and start working with what you have. You stop complaining about what's wrong and start focusing on what you can do to make things right. Now, I know this isn't always easy. It's much more comfortable to blame others or circumstances when things don't go our way. But comfort doesn't lead to growth. Comfort doesn't increase your value. It's in the uncomfortable moments when you're stretching yourself, taking risks, facing your fears that you truly grow and increase your value. So I challenge you, take full responsibility for your life, for your successes and your failures, for your happiness and your disappointment, for your growth and your stagnation. Because here's the truth. The moment you take full responsibility is the moment you take full control. And that, my friends, is when things really start to change. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with one final thought. Your value is not fixed. It's not determined by your past, your background, your current circumstances. Your value is something you can increase every single day through your choices, your actions, your commitment to growth. Every book you read, every skill you develop, every relationship you nurture, every challenge you overcome. All of these increase your value. Every time you choose to persist when others would quit, to learn when others would make excuses, to take responsibility when others would blame. You're increasing your value. And here's the beautiful thing. As you increase your value, you increase your capacity to contribute, to make a difference, to achieve your goals and dreams. You increase your capacity for success in every area of life. So I want you to leave here today with a renewed commitment to increasing your value. I want you to wake up every morning and ask yourself, how can I increase my value today? What can I learn? How can I grow? How can I contribute more? Because when you commit to continually increasing your value, you're not just improving your own life. You're improving the lives of everyone around you. You're raising the bar for what's possible. You're setting an example that inspires others to grow and improve. And that, my friends, is how you create lasting success. That's how you make a real difference in this world. Remember, success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. So focus on becoming more valuable every single day. Cultivate your mind, nurture your health, develop your skills, build your network, strengthen your character. Do these things consistently, persistently, with passion and purpose, and I promise you, success will not just be a possibility. It will be inevitable. Now, before we part ways, I want to touch on something that's crucial to understand as you embark on this journey of increasing your value. And that is the concept of compounding. You see, when we talk about increasing your value, it's easy to get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. But here's the thing, personal growth, like compound interest, often starts slow and then accelerates over time. Think about it like this. If you improve just one every day, at the end of a year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. Not 365 better, but 37 times better. That's the power of compounding. This principle applies to everything we've talked about today. The knowledge you gain compounds over time. The skills you develop compound over time. The relationships you build, the habits you cultivate, the mindset you develop. All of these compound over time. At first, the changes might be imperceptible. You might feel like you're not making progress. But if you stay consistent, if you keep pushing forward day after day, week after week, month after month, you'll eventually reach a tipping point. And when you do, the results will astound you. So don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Trust the process. Trust that every small step you take to increase your value is building momentum, creating compound effects that will manifest in ways you can't even imagine right. Remember, the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people are willing to do for a long time what unsuccessful people do only for a while. They understand the power of consistency, the magic of compounding. Now, as we come to the close of our time together, I want to leave you with a challenge. A challenge that, if accepted and acted upon, has the power to transform your life. Here it is. For the next 90 days, I want you to commit to a daily practice of increasing your value. Every single day, do something, no matter how small, that makes you more knowledgeable, more skilled, more connected, more resilient, more valuable. Maybe it's reading 10 pages of a good book every day. Maybe it's spending 30 minutes learning a new skill. Maybe it's reaching out to one person in your network to see how you can add value to their life. Maybe it's practicing a new habit that enhances your health or productivity. Whatever it is, commit to it. Do it consistently every single day for 90 days. No excuses, no days off. Rain or shine, whether you feel like it or not, do something every day to increase your value. Why 90 days? Because 90 days is long enough to see real results, to build lasting habits, to create momentum, it's long enough to push past the initial excitement and through the inevitable challenges. It's long enough to experience the power of compounding that we just talked about. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Jim, 90 days is a long time. What if I miss a day? What if I fail? Well, let me tell you something. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress. If you miss a day, don't beat yourself. Just get back on track the next day. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent over time. And here's the thing. At the end of those 90 days, you won't just have increased your value. You'll have developed a habit of continuous growth and improvement. You'll have experienced firsthand the power of consistent, focused effort. You'll have built momentum that will carry you forward long after those 90 days are over. So who's with me? Who's ready to commit to 90 days of increasing your value? Who's ready to take control of your life, to become the person you're capable of becoming, to create the success you deserve? Remember, your success is determined by your value. And your value is determined by you, not by your circumstances, not by your background, not by what others think of you. By you, by the choices you make every single day. So choose to increase your value. Choose to learn, to grow, to contribute. Choose to become the best version of yourself. Because when you do that, when you commit to continually increasing your value, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor to share this time with you today. I hope you'll take these ideas to heart, that you'll act on them, that you'll use them to transform your life and increase your value in ways you never thought possible. Remember, success is not an accident, it's a choice. And today, right here, right now, you have the opportunity to make that choice, to choose success, to choose growth, to choose to become more valuable every single day. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. So start preparing. Start increasing your value. Start now. Because if not now, when? If not you? Thank you for your time and attention. Now go out there and make something happen. Your future is waiting. Your success is waiting. And it all starts with increasing your value. Thank you, and God bless.